First of all, your performance was amazing.
Some voices leave an unforgettable impression. When Dimash Kudaibergen stepped onto the international stage, audiences and music experts alike struggled to believe one person could produce such an extraordinary range. Yet despite astonishing millions around the world, his name remains unfamiliar to many. How did one of the most remarkable singers of his generation become one of music's best-kept secrets? A voice unlike any other. Long before audiences around the world discovered his extraordinary talent, Dimash Kudaibergen was growing up in Aktobe, Kazakhstan, surrounded by music. Born on May 24, 1994, as Dimash Kanatuli Kudaibergen, he was raised in a family where performing wasn't simply a hobby, it was part of everyday life. Both of his parents were accomplished musicians, with his mother performing as a soprano at the Aktobe Philharmonic Society. But the person who first recognized his remarkable potential wasn't a teacher or music critic, it was his grandmother. Despite experiencing pain in her legs, she faithfully accompanied young Dimash to his music lessons every day, believing in his gift long before the rest of the world had the chance to hear it. By the age of 5, Dimash was already studying violin, taking vocal lessons and performing on stage. His musical education continued at the Akhmet Zhubanov Music College in Aktobe, where he specialized in bel canto, the classical Italian vocal technique known for demanding exceptional breath control, resonance, and precision. Later, he expanded his training at the Kazakh National University of Arts, studying jazz and contemporary music before earning a master's degree in composition with a perfect score. His achievements were so impressive that he was even recommended for doctoral studies. Dimash also mastered several instruments, including piano, violin, dombra, guitar, drums, and xylophone, while performing in multiple languages. Years of disciplined training had prepared him for an opportunity that would soon introduce his voice to millions of people and completely change the course of his career. The performance that changed everything. Years of training had already earned Dimash recognition in Kazakhstan, but his international breakthrough came in 2015 at the Slaviansky Bazaar International Festival in Vitebsk, Belarus, one of Eastern Europe's most respected music competitions. Competing against talented performers from around the world, Dimash delivered performances that showcased not only his remarkable vocal range, but also his technical precision and emotional expression. By the end of the competition, he had won the Grand Prix, becoming one of the festival's standout performers. The judges were equally impressed. One jury member described his voice as having the qualities of 3 singers in one: a powerful lower register, a rich middle range, and an exceptionally high register that he controlled with remarkable confidence. More importantly, they emphasized that he wasn't relying on vocal tricks. Every note served the music, demonstrating years of disciplined training and artistry. The victory launched his international career as one of the region's brightest young vocalists. But an even bigger opportunity was waiting just around the corner. In 2017, Chinese television producer Hong Tao invited the 22-year-old singer to compete on I Am a Singer, one of China's most prestigious and competitive music programs. Unlike many talent shows, the contestants were already established recording artists with years, sometimes decades, of professional experience. Dimash entered the competition as the youngest contestant and one of the few international performers. He exceeded every expectation. For his debut performance, Dimash chose SOS Don Terrien en Détresse, a demanding French song renowned for its extraordinary vocal difficulty. As his performance unfolded, the audience watched in near silence before erupting into a standing ovation. Judges and fellow musicians appeared visibly stunned by what they had just witnessed. The momentum continued throughout the season. Dimash won the opening episodes, reached the grand finale, and ultimately finished as the runner-up. Although he didn't take first place, the competition transformed him into an international sensation. Within days, millions of new fans discovered his music. His popularity on Sina Weibo grew dramatically. His recordings attracted enormous attention, and his success became a source of pride in Kazakhstan. Practically overnight, Dimash had evolved from a rising regional talent into one of Asia's most talked-about performers. But as extraordinary as his success was, It still didn't answer the question that fascinated so many people. What made his voice sound so different from everyone else's? The science behind an extraordinary voice. Dimash's growing popularity wasn't driven by publicity alone. It was the result of a voice that many musicians and vocal coaches describe as exceptionally rare. While most professionally trained singers perform comfortably within 2 to 3 octaves, Dimash has demonstrated a documented vocal range of approximately 6 octaves, allowing him to sing notes from a deep bass register to the whistle register with remarkable control. What makes that ability even more impressive is how naturally he moves between those registers. Rather than sounding forced or disconnected, his transitions remain smooth, giving listeners the impression that every note belongs exactly where it should. His versatility extends far beyond vocal range. Throughout his career, Dimash has performed opera, pop, rock, jazz, and traditional Kazakh folk music, adapting his technique to each style without losing his distinctive sound. That combination of technical mastery and musical flexibility has drawn comparisons to legendary performers from very different genres. Yet Dimash himself has repeatedly emphasized that impressive range was never his ultimate goal. In interviews, he has explained that technique is simply a tool, while genuine emotion is what truly connects with an audience. That philosophy may explain why so many first-time listeners react the same way. Beyond the astonishing high notes, people often remember how his performances made them feel. Despite earning admiration from audiences across Asia, Europe, and beyond, one question has continued to follow his career. Why does a singer with such extraordinary talent remain relatively unknown in much of the Western music industry? Why is he still so underrated? Considering everything Dimash has accomplished, many people ask the same question. Why isn't he a household name in the West? The answer has less to do with talent than with the way the global music industry operates. Although Dimash built a massive following across Kazakhstan, China, and many other parts of Asia and Eastern Europe, those markets often receive far less attention from mainstream Western entertainment media. Success outside the traditional American and British music industries doesn't always translate into widespread recognition in English-speaking countries. Dimash's versatility has also made him difficult to categorize. Performing everything from opera and pop to rock, jazz, and traditional folk music, he doesn't fit the commercial formulas that often shape today's music industry. Rather than chasing mainstream popularity, he has consistently chosen artistic freedom over wider exposure. Even after appearing on the American competition The World's Best in 2019, his career continued to reflect a commitment to his own artistic vision, instead of pursuing fame at any cost. Rumors have occasionally surfaced about serious vocal problems, but no verified reports have confirmed a career-threatening vocal injury. Instead, Dimash has continued performing internationally while remaining focused on music rather than celebrity headlines. Perhaps that's why his audience continues to grow through word of mouth. New listeners often discover him not because of chart rankings or viral marketing, but because someone simply says, "You have to hear this singer." And for many, one performance is all it takes to understand why so many people consider him one of the greatest vocalists of his generation. More than an extraordinary singer. While many people know Dimash for his remarkable voice, his influence extends well beyond music. Throughout his career, he has used his international platform to promote Kazakh culture while representing his country on the global stage. He has served as an International Organization for Migration, IOM, Goodwill Ambassador, performed at UNESCO events, and appeared before world leaders, including Pope Francis, who presented him with a commemorative medal during a meeting in 2022. Rather than leaving his heritage behind, Dimash has consistently incorporated traditional Kazakh music into his performances, introducing audiences around the world to his country's rich cultural traditions. His concerts have attracted fans from more than 120 countries, many of whom travel internationally to see him perform. Others have learned the Kazakh language, translated his music into dozens of languages, and built a worldwide community united by a shared appreciation for his artistry. Perhaps that's the true measure of Dimash Kudaibergen's success. His career has never been defined by chart positions or headlines, but by his ability to move people through music. Whether the mainstream fully embraces him or not, Dimash has already accomplished something few artists ever achieve, earning the admiration of fellow musicians, vocal experts, and millions of listeners around the world. Dimash Kudaibergen's story reminds us that true greatness isn't always measured by mainstream fame. Sometimes, the world's most remarkable talent quietly earns the respect of those who appreciate it most. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more inspiring stories. Thanks for watching.